Surgeons don't heal. They just put things back and screw them together. Kind of like a carpenter. I'm on a fruit. You might want to pop some greens for this one. You might want to do some greens, particularly a lot of seaweed and stuff, kelp and stuff, high in iodine, high in high in calcium. That's another thing, Kelly. You can pop a lot of kelp for iodine, and that'll give you the calcium also. And that'll help strengthen tissue as well. This is epilepsy. Thanks for all your videos. I appreciate this, Jeremy. I have had a friend that has epilepsy and would like to know how. Oh yeah, definitely. You hit it right on the head. I was thinking a raw food diet, correct, with fruits, correct. Strengthen the nervous system with brain and nerve and antispasmodic. Mwah! Good, Jeremy. Antispasmodic will help him with the seizures or the epilepsy. Convulsions, anything like that. You can use that antispasmodic or make one yourself. You can use an antispasmodic, every half hour if you had to, every hour. Half a dropper full under the tongue will do. Or you can we do it in dosages sometimes, a dropper full 3 times, 4 times a day, along with the other herbs. We oftentimes throw that in, especially if they're on Dilantin or something like that, and you see everything improving and you want to wean them off. I definitely check the parathyroid to make sure that it has calcium utilization, because if you don't have calcium utilization, you can see seizures and convulsions and things like that. Also, getting the adrenal glands back up online will increase mineral steroids, and then minerals will start being utilized properly in his body. That's another big issue. Plus, the neurotransmitters will help strengthen up the myelin sheaths. And then, of course, the lymph system is going to, with the kidneys, you're going to be moving the lymph out, so you're going to be moving any acidosis out of the body that could affect spasticity, because it's acids that's going to create spasticity. Base chemistry is what's going to heal that. If you looked at chemistry through those eyes, you would see acids as spastic and alkalis as antispastic. So it's always moving those acids out. So if you do those things like that, your friend will be well and overcome this epilepsy. And upper circ, brain and nerve. Remember upper circulation too, because that'll shove blood up in the brain, more oxygen in the brain, and there's also good brain regenerative herbs in that formula as well. So upper circ, brain and nerves, use antispasmodic until you're way out of trouble with any seizures or convulsions or anything like that. And again, get the adrenals up, get your mineral steroids up so he can utilize his chemistry in his foods. Clean his gut up to make sure he's got absorption. Here's another thing. What if he has malabsorption? He's not getting his nutrients. So that's why cleaning the body as a whole is really good. You can see all the connecting links that can affect your health. Improper digestion, pancreatic, liver, improper digestion, number 1 out the chute. Malabsorption, interstitial lymphatic constipation, block absorption of nutrients. Got to correct that. That can be a problem. Inability to utilize nutrients. Calcium parathyroid with parathormone, and all your minerals from the mineralocorticosteroids out of the adrenal glands. Go after those adrenals. Acidosis, adrenals and kidneys. Move those lymphs. Go after the kidneys. And so you see how all that's impactive? Exactly. Kelp would be an excellent good supplement there to pick up the parathyroid, thyroid, and get calcium utilization. So you can go down that road, Jeremy. Good questions. Good questions, guys. Thanks for the comment, FDSELG. I love that angelic body of yours. Daniel, have the yellow rings around the pupils, do you? Oh, man. Well, that's your sulfur rings. Yeah, high acid condition, sulfur. You should see that in your stools, Daniel. You want to see that sulfur coming out. And it's going to come out the same color that's in your eye. And you want to pull that out. Magnetics has colors, sounds, and shapes and sizes. Best form is, that's what I was talking about a little earlier here, the GI broom. I made that for sulfur because I see this in a lot of people, and that's a big problem. Also, if I get a look at you, man, you look a little skinnied up there, if this is you. So malabsorption could be a factor because of this here, and you want to get that out of there. If you're moving your bowels too much, I'd get the toxin absorber, which doesn't have any movement factors. My GI broom has a little movement factors because I don't want impaction. I don't want anybody to get impacted by not being smart. So you always be smart with herbs, but especially with bowel formulas, especially when you're using the clays, like bentonite and charcoal. They're very absorptive. They're like a sponge. Charcoal can absorb 2,000 times its weight in toxins, and bentonite only 200, but they're absorptions. But they can swell and expand and lock. So this is why I put some movement power in mine. But the GI broom, I put a lot of astringents too. We need to pull this out, and it'll come out. Sometimes it's stuck in there, and it takes a while, but, I've always said that sulfur is like a glue. If we knew what sulfur did, you'd never take anything that has sulfates in it, or sulfites. Thanks for clicking the up buttons, guys. I thanks, Blues Dog. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. We try to speak from the heart, be from the heart, because when it's time to leave this planet, I want to slingshot out of here. I don't want to have to feel like that I hurt anybody. And I've never heard of this Michael Arnestein or whatever, also known as the Fruitarian. If this guy's lived to see, probably got the best lymphatic system I know of. I really don't know anything about him. He's ran lots of ultra marathons, runs 100-mile races. Sounds like a good dude, though. And I like the name Fruitarian. Just proves my point, Owen. I mean, I think the Fruitarian level is such an incredible. I have not been able to do that in my life. It's just too powerful. It's like I was talking to Darby. He was on all grapes and he was flying. And it's the thing. I fly already. So I actually eat to take away energy sometimes because I just have, I try to channel all I can without burning myself up. So there's a lot of things to consider. But yeah, there's another great soul right there. Anybody that can maintain a fruitarian lifestyle for any length of time. But you work up to it. People like Cousins and Brian at the Hippocrates and things, they don't have a clue. They've never visited these levels of health. And if you never visited, you could stand on the outside of a cage and look at what's inside and make a judgment. But until you enter the realm, until you wear the robe, can you actually, give an actual intellectual dissertation on the subject matter? Opinions and double-blind studies that are bogus and this crap and not thinking through this cancer issue and things. Cancer is real easy to understand. We have a concerted effort to hide the truth. It's a big, huge moneymaker. Look at all these people that are wearing the little yellow and pink ribbons, and everybody's donating and marathon runs and all this crap. You're just putting money in the same old pockets that does not want you to be well. There's been a cure for cancer since the beginning of time because cancer isn't a disease. When you understand what cancer is, doesn't matter if it's prostate, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, brain cancer. What's a tumor? Tumor isn't cancer. Tumor's a tumor, pocket of fluid. What kind of fluid do you reckon is in cysts and tumors and things? Well, take your pick. You got blood and lymph. If you combine them, you have interstitial fluid, which is what most tumors are. All right. Why would that? Why would fluid back up in the body? Because a doorway's closed. There's a dam somewhere. Something blocked. Some obstruction. Could be. Obviously. Now, when you damage a cell, that's what's cancer. Well, what damages a cell? Something fly in from Moose Jaw, Alaska? I mean, this is the kind of idiocy that's out there. People are throwing money and running down the fear road. It's amazing. I imagine some of these guys are sitting back laughing at humans and how stupid they are when it comes to this cancer and how much money they're raking in off of people. And I look at these poor souls and their hearts are out there. They don't want breast cancer. They've had breast cancer. They're breast cancer survivalists, but they went down the wrong road to survive it. So something's liable to come and hit them later. you know, the residual kick, and they just don't know. So there's so much ignorance there. We've got it. And CNN, to me, did the best show on that. It was just a short segment where they went to a chemist and asked a chemist what causes cancer. That chemist explained that in 1 minute. Thank you. So, you know, those people that are out there, get knowledged up, like all you people on YouTube. Our channel is a good channel. You guys are getting knowledged up, and don't be fooled. Any cancer you go to, you're going to always work on the lymph, including leukemias. Leukemias are going to be your easiest cancer, but you're going to hit the liver, clean the spleen, build the bone marrow up. Absolutely. But you're going to also clean that lymph system. That is really key to the breaking down of cells of the human body. And of course, removing tumors and cysts, unless you like to keep them in you, like that one lady. She wants that tumor back in her sinuses or in her nose. Here, take it back. Me, myself, and I get that nasty stuff out of me. We've just got to smarten up and quit walking with fear and quit. I mean, we're herd animals. The human being is amazingly a herd species, I guess. How much kelp is too much? Good question. I would say be careful with it. Some kelp, you know, too much can really kick butt. These little tablets are probably around 400, 500 milligrams maybe. That are mecograms. I don't know what kelp comes into, but I'd say a couple of tablets twice a day, 3 times a day. If not, I sprinkle it over my salad. I guess I better avoid my mobile broadband left. I don't know. I don't know that effect on pineal. It may be. You know what? I don't know. You know, vibration is funny. You have to consider that chemistry can damage you, and chemistry is just frequencies of electromagnetic energy, so obviously different frequencies of electromagnetic energy can damage you. Got to be careful. That's why holistic, everything whole, everything complete, full spectrum lighting, even though there's individual rays there that go. And I used to play with color therapy. I had an engineer friend, and he designed me a crystal, and we played it, and I was playing with color therapy. I suppose it's harmless, I guess, enough, but I didn't pursue that. I like full spectrum lighting. And if you wear the sunglasses, you're going to go blind more and more. Don't wear sunglasses. Get that full spectrum lighting in those eyes. If you can't take it, make yourself take it. Kelly was talking about the cake on the tongue. Oh yeah, the cake on the tongue. You know, the natural hygienic people used to fast you on water until the tongue turned pink again. You know, tongues are always going to coat up if you're toxic. And of course, your tongue's just the extension of your bowels, basically. And so, whatever condition your GI tract is, your tongue's going to show you. I have people that use tongue scrapers and it just scrapes it out like it was, but it can turn brown. It can turn green. Your tongue can turn brown. But you want nice pink tongues, definitely. But that just shows you how toxic you are inside, depending on how coated your tongue gets. And some people can just scrape it off in hunks and chunks. That's not good, is it? I know, this is a gross field. But at the same time, you know, I can always tell a good practitioner, because when I set up tumors and parasites, they go, oh, let's see. Other people go, no, no, no. The pineal gland and spirituality. Does calcification of the pineal gland lead to lack of spiritual connection? Well, you know, it might be an indication something there, but you know, really physically, calcifications is acidosis.